Mission for me, and I think for ABM, is about making a person fully alive, really.
I think supporting ABM is supporting our communion, our fellow Anglicans, in a very important way because it's respectful, it's developmental, and it's capacity building in a way that I think contributes to the betterment of the world in so many ways, in peace making, in strengthening communities that do good, in strengthening faith communities that develop the faith, and in ways that make the world so much better a place.
The Anglican Board of Mission is the national mission agency of the Anglican Church of Australia. It was set up by the Church 160 years ago. I guess in the beginning, ABM's role was to support and collaborate in the area of mission. There were a number of mission endeavours happening at the time, and it was felt that these endeavours would be better developed if they were coordinated more effectively. The Board of Mission over 160 years has had enormous support from the Church in Australia. We continue to be supported strongly by the Anglican Church, and we continue to be very committed to supporting the work of mission on behalf of the Anglican Church.
ABM embodies Christian mission, I think, in two very important ways. The first one, I suppose, is that we have a strong church-to-church program, so that we are an organisation that recognises that we have a missional imperative, and that missional imperative is to support and strengthen and build the capacity of our church partners overseas. And we do that in a respectful way by helping them grow themselves.
We bring not only the ability to come into the church, be baptised and grow in Christ on the one hand, but also things like our water projects and health and sanitation, literacy, all of those other things. And so we're improving the lives of people not only in a spiritual sense, but in a physical sense as well.
The development work that we do creates the opportunity for people to develop their full potential, which I believe is what Christianity teaches us, is the aim of us being on the earth, that we are here to develop ourselves and make a contribution as human beings in the best way that we can.
I am Father Alan Aligo, and I am presently the Development Officer of the Episcopal Diocese of Northern Luzon, which is a diocese of the Episcopal Church in the Philippines. And as a priest, we preach about love, we preach about abundant life, and here we see people not having anything at all. So our preaching might just be mere lip service if we don't have any concrete actions in order to respond to people's needs. We cannot just be proclaiming the love of God to His people. It is just mere words and no action at all. So the community-based development program is one of the ways by which we are actually making the gospel realistic in the lives of our people. So as a priest, I don't think doing development work is separate from my preaching or from being a priest or a minister of God.
I think that those who engage from the ABM side also have their own faith strengthened, challenged, and enriched by the whole process as well.
It's rewarding because of the relationships, is that you can see people working with you on a project that you've shared with them for a certain period of time, and slowly you can start to see changes happening. More specifically, of recent times, we've implemented a different approach to some of the projects. It's what's called a strengths-based approach, and we're starting to see very real changes happening as a result of that. And to share that with a partner and to see it come to fruition, that's exciting.
I love the project style of work, which, by the way, the auxiliary has been doing for a long, long time, and which was then adopted as the ABM way of doing things when Jeff Smith was here. Right from when it started over 100 years ago, the auxiliary has been there to support the work of ABM, to support it prayerfully and to support it financially and to support it just with a general interest in what happens. And the best way to do that, from about, I'm not sure of the exact date, about 1963 I think, was to have a specific project. And we've done all sorts of things, fish farms and college materials and literacy projects and water projects, and we've really taken them to our hearts, and we've learnt about them and spoken about them. You know, it's just been an extraordinary thing.
ABM currently works in Papua New Guinea, a place where we've worked many, many years. We're also working through the Anglican Church of Melanesia in the Solomon Islands in Vanuatu. We have significant work in the Philippines. We have work in Burma, which is sometimes known by the government name of Myanmar, but we prefer to call it Burma as a recognition of the struggles that go on in that place. We work also in Vietnam on occasions in partnership with the Diocese of Singapore. We have a new program beginning in China, which I'm very excited about because of the opportunity to engage in a place where Christianity is growing so rapidly. We've been working in the Middle East since probably 1918. We have work in the Palestinian territories and in Egypt. We have worked in other parts of the province of the Middle East, and we have program work in Ethiopia, which is developing into quite a substantial program for us. We're working in Zambia and also in Kenya. We're continuing a fairly long relationship with the Anglican Church in Korea. And of course, we have commitments to work with our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander brothers and sisters here in Australia.
Well, I would love to see the whole of the Anglican Church in Australia supporting ABM, because I think its grassroots mission is vitally important. And places like PNG, which were very much dependent and still are dependent on the Australian Church, they need our help at that level, that literacy level, that education level, the health level, the church planting level. They need the help of every Anglican. And I would love to see ABM supported and knowledge about ABM spread throughout the whole of the Anglican Church in Australia. I think it's a wonderful organisation and deserving of support.
The only thing I can say is thank you very much for the, I'm happy. Thank you very much because you have chosen our poor barangay to give that project, the pavement and the bodega, because we really need it. And it helped us a lot. So thank you. Hope you will not stop on this, but also help other barangays who need your help.